Hi, I'm Kate. Hi, I'm Gigi.
Hi, I'm Meg.
Have you ever had an encounter with someone that doesn't speak the same language as you? I can guarantee that at least one person in this room speaks more than one language. Close to 20% of Americans have been surveyed that they speak more than one language, says Dylan Lyons. In this speech, you will hear why it is beneficial for elementary students to learn a foreign language, why it's important for students to learn a foreign language, what can they benefit from it, and how they can use this in the real world. In higher levels of education, there are numerous foreign languages that can be learned, such as Spanish, French, and American Sign Language. A setback of the public school education system is that they don't require their elementary students to learn a foreign language until high school. On the other hand, private and charter schools require their students to learn a foreign language while they're younger. Since statistically speaking, there are more public school attendings than private. However, since the private schools make it known that their students have to learn a foreign language while they are younger, they have an advantage over the public school system. Most people think that it's so easy to learn another language, but it really isn't. The reason is why, because when students are younger, they're like sponges. They can absorb all this information. This phenomenon is known as the critical language period. The critical language period is the first few years of life in which a child is growing up. This period occurs when the child is 5 up until the child hits puberty. So that is right in the middle of when they are in elementary school. This is such an important time that we need to fill these young kids with as much knowledge as possible to get them ready for middle school and high school and possibly college. Since this is such an important time for the children to learn, why isn't the school board doing anything about it? Solution to this problem is incorporating foreign language into the curriculum for elementary students. Spanish is a prominent language in the United States, along with English. So Spanish should be the language that these students learn at a young age, and then they can decide for themselves when they move on to high school and college. As my first grade Spanish teacher once said, no matter what you do in life, you will always be able to use the second language. Knowing how important this time is, the school board needs to set up a new system for students to learn. Instead of having a certain specialty such as art, music, PE every other day, they take one of those days out and incorporate a foreign language so these students can start learning. Now, they would try to say that they don't have any money in their funds for it, but that's not true because every single Hillsborough County school requires that there is at least 2 people on campus that speak a foreign language to translate. The school board doesn't approve of this, and we have to do something. Cannot watch these children not get the education that they deserve that could possibly change their lives forever. Learning a foreign language could be the chance of these students building their lives at a young age. Knowledge is power, and learning even the basics of a new language during the critical learning period could give these students the ability to explore the world and to have something good communicating with others. The students in elementary school learn a foreign language, it will benefit them as they get older. Imagine walking into those double doors of high school and walking to your foreign language class and going in there and you already know the basics of what you're learning in that class. Or going into your first job interview, and there's 3 different people lined up, and they ask you, do you speak another language? And you can say yes with confidence. That puts you above the other 2 people. Learning a foreign language at elementary school will prepare these students for high school. Every high school requires each student to have at least 2 years of a foreign language to graduate. Why wouldn't we want to prepare these young kids? How about when you go for your first job and there are people lined up for the job? However, you are the only one that speaks a second language. 9 times out of 10, they're going to pick you. Also, speaking a foreign language can help you even walking down the street or at a grocery store. You will be able to meet different people because you learned the language back in the day in elementary school. The reason it will stick is because children will learn and retain most of the starter knowledge in elementary school. As they get older, they can practice getting fluent with it. It is so important for these children with this knowledge at a young age because it can change their lives forever. Therefore, the school board needs to make sure that the a foreign language is an important class for these students to take. Foreign language needs to be a part of elementary school curriculum. After this, I hope you will all help me in signing this petition to let the school board know that these elementary students need to learn a foreign language because it will help us be a more diverse, educated, and well-rounded generation.